So we're going to talk about
We
the
are back this morning on AM Live, and we are here with Robert Manassero.
Hi.
Robert Manassero, everyone.
Yes. So
Awfully early.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah,
Hey.
and looking
good.
sharp, looking sharp. Robert, you're here to tell us about all kinds of fun things coming up.
What do you want to know about?
Everything. Tell
Talk
us
about
all.
the resort.
Let's talk about it.
About the resort?
Plazas.
Plasse's Resort.
Plaza Resort. And, well, soon we're going to open Plaza Resort. And
June 12th.
June 12th, we're going to open June. And I was just up there the other day, and there's no snow in the mountains. Just a little white tops, and so that's very bad for the community, but anyway.
Good for the resort.
But
right?
no, it's okay. But anyway, the lake's full, and it's looking good. And of course, everybody enjoys Plaza Resort. You know, we bought Plazas about 15 years ago by now, and we've
Wow, has
tried
it been
to-
that long already?
Yes,
15 years?
15 years.
Wow.
Well, if you're running it, you'd think it was 15.
Yeah, right. I think it was more like 40, right? Yeah.
Anyway, so we bought it about 15 years ago. We've tried to preserve the history there. So
Sure.
all the buildings look exactly like they were when we bought it. We've improved a lot of things you don't see, like the water systems underground and
Sure.
power and stuff like that. But everybody enjoys plazas.
Okay, so I have never been.
Oh,
I've only
goodness.
been here since
Terrible.
August. I apologize. So tell me a little bit about the resort. What draws people there?
Well, we have the lake.
It's beauty.
Silver Lake, and it sits on the meadow.
Cool.
Of Silver Lake, and so and it looks to a mountain called Thunder Mountain. So it's the biggest mountain in the area. On the other side of the mountain is Kirkwood Ski
Okay,
Resort.
gotcha.
So
All right.
we're on one side and they're on the other. They get the snow and play in the snow during the winter, and then in the summer we've got the water. So
Cool.
people tend to go to the water in the summer.
And
And one thing about the plazas is kind of a gathering point for Amador County.
Right.
So if you want to be hidden, don't go to Plaza's Resort, because you'll
Gotcha.
see everybody there.
Very
as you go.
social. It's
Yeah,
very
cool.
social. And it's hard to get. You have to try to get your time in ahead of time, because it's.
Yeah, so,
So are there cabins there, or what?
well, we basically have a RV, a camping
Okay,
resort.
gotcha. Okay.
We have a general store, a restaurant, a bar, a laundromat. We
And-
rent boats.
Oh,
And we're
cool.
the trailhead for the McCalman Wilderness, so people can bring their horses. I call it sleep with your horse. You can bring your horse there and stay with him, and then they go out in the trails, and we have a lot of horse groups that go in there.
Very cool.
And then if you want camping or fishing or hiking or bird watching or flower watching, you can go see that. So
And this is fairly early this year for your opening, right? Usually your opening is a little bit further into.
well, we usually do in the middle of June.
Yeah. Okay.
Middle of June seems to be where people start coming to the mountains.
Right.
And
Now
the
it's
snow
beautiful
has
up
to
there
melt,
right
of
now,
course.
but you don't see many people because it's just not that time of year.
Right.
Yeah.
There's certain times that people go, there's different things, and so,
And how many people do you get going through there on a season?
I don't know how many people, but thousands.
Okay.
And on a weekend, there might be 700 or 800 people there.
It's a lot of people.
And the restaurant bar will be open.
And we open the restaurant bar Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not during the week too much. It's not as lot. Most people come in the weekends.
Sure,
You know.
sure.
And so the big events we have would be the 4th of July weekend. And we have horseshoe tournaments that are pretty good size.
Wow.
And those guys get really serious about playing horseshoes.
Are you,
Yes.
are you pretty good at horseshoes?
I'm not, I don't play horseshoes.
Okay, I'll play you then. I'll play you then.
He just watches.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we give a trophy and all that at the horseshoe tournament, and then we have a chair, and then we have a craft fair, and the restaurant and the bar, and people just come to gather.
Cool.
And then in August, about the 15th usually, or that weekend, we have our annual barbecue, and I believe this year is 150-something years of barbecues.
It's good. And
How
fun
long has the
times.
resort been around?
That's in 1854.
So Tom was there when it opened. Tom Slivick.
Yes,
Okay,
he was.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
I remember.
he was. He was on the opening day. He's the only one left, actually, that was there.
So, also, you're here to talk to us about the Italian picnic, which is coming up.
Well, I'm going to talk about the parade. You know, we
The parade.
do have
Parade
some of
itself.
our members coming next week, I believe, to talk about the whole picnic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of the picnic guy, and I started on the picnic committee about 40 years ago, and so I kind of know about that pretty good. But anyway,
So the parade,
so the parade is 135 years old. A little history of the parade. The actual Italian picnic parade started in Amador City
Very cool.
135 years ago, and They used to go from Amador City, I understand, as far as the history, the Italians used to have a little gathering there in Amador City, and they would go up String Bean Alley, which would be like where the mine is now,
Right.
up the old road, and up and there's a big flat, and they would have a picnic, and then we'd come back to Amador City and have a big party.
Awesome.
And so that's how that started, that many years ago. And then they started going to Sutter, all the way into Sutter Creek, and then they'd go up, and then they used to have a picnic over in Martell. So they kind of expanded and changed over the years. And then when George Allen, which was a large property owner, gave them up there where they are, they started to have the picnic up there on top of Sutter Hill. And that was given to them by the Allen family.
Where the grounds are now?
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. George Allen owned all that property up in Sutter Hill, and so I'm talking my hands with this.
That's okay.
It's a fun event.
It's an
too.
Italian
The parade-
thing.
Yeah, it is an
Italian
Italian
thing.
thing.
So,
Right.
so anyway, the parade, we've done that many, all those years, and it's easy to join the parade. And you can go on our website, Italian Society of Sutter Creek, and get an application. Or you can call my office, Manassero Insurance, and get an application there. And then you'll get in the parade. And so this year, like a lot of the last few years, we have the Shriners come.
Those are guys with the cars?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
those guys.
So much fun.
That is so dangerous.
And
I
so,
know, but it's
so they're
so
coming
much
again this year, and there's about 20 different entries there.
Very cool.
And they kind of make the nucleus of the parade over the years.
So this is a big parade.
It is.
Yeah, it's a fairly good attended parade.
I missed everything. I didn't get here till August, so I missed all that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
forward to the summer.
And so that's a great parade. And so it's just community, it's very community oriented, and we all get in line, and we have a certain committee that does that. Been doing it for 20 years, so we don't even talk anymore. We just point and say we know what happens. And so the parade starts at 10:30 on a Sunday, and it'll be like the 7th this year, I believe, June 7th.
5th, 6th, and 7th is the Italian
Right.
picnic, so the parade would then be
On Sunday.
on Sunday.
Sunday.
Right.
It's always on Sunday. I
Yeah.
know that because my dad used to do the announcing for it. It was fun.
Oh, way cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you Italian?
No, I'm Dad.
I know your dad.
Yeah, of course he does.
Which makes you Italian,
Yeah,
I guess.
right,
I don't
yeah.
know. Italian by association.
In fact,
Italian by
in
association.
fact, your father
And I
is
talk
one of
about
the
hands, so I mean, I can't.
yeah, your father's one of the announcers, you know.
Yes,
That's
and I like
great.
to eat too, so that's and all.
Yeah,
Right.
So he'll be down by the Palace, and we have 3 different announcers. One down by the Sutter now, usually called Bellatti's, but it's now called the Sutter. And then we have one by City Hall where the judges. So we have some judges, and then we give awards away at the up the Italian picnic at the end. So
Yeah. it's
And
fun.
where does the parade start?
10:30
Where?
at the it'll start up by the post office,
Yes.
Okay.
and everybody's on those back streets, and
Right.
we funnel the people in as they come down.
And where does it end?
It ends at City Hall.
Oh,
And it is
All right, so
packed.
it lasts-
And if you want, you got to get there early and get some front row seats because it gets
Yeah.
very packed.
or join the parade and you get a front row seat.
But
There
it's,
you go,
It's
yeah.
fun to join the parade. I've been in the parade before, and
It is
time
fun.
I get in the parade and I go down and get something, and then I run back and get into and then start running the parade again.
Right.
So it becomes kind of complicated, but
That's awesome.
yeah.
Cool. And how did you get involved with this? Did you show up late for a meeting or something and they put you in charge?
Well, what happens when you're on the parade committee? One of the older gentlemen says, "Well, I'm going to retire, so Robert, you're in charge." And so that's how that gets. And then everybody says, "Well, I don't want to do it," and so. And then pretty soon everybody keeps doing it because they like the parade and it's part of the society and part of the membership. And so,
Cool.
Isn't the way it always is? Someone always says, "Well, hey, this year you're doing it,"
so
and
there
then you say,
yeah,
"Okay."
the
from
next
there
year
on
you
out,
say, "Why don't you
keep
do
going.
it again?" And then pretty soon just
Yeah. Just take the reins
say,
and
like
go.
Bob over there, he's on on the committee, and we just wave at each other now, and we know what's happening. So
That's right.
this and that, yeah, right, Bob.
They
Bob
point at each
Saraceno,
other.
crazy as a bag
They
of cats.
point at each other.
So anyway, that's going to be fun.
So that is the parade is Sunday, June 7th.
Right.
Yeah.
And then of course we open the 5th and the 6th too. So there's a
Right.
lot of functions this year, a little bit different, a wine tasting and a little different like that. So
We like to hear that in our.
so there's I
We
can talk-
do like wine.
We would have really liked it if you brought a bottle. This
Yeah,
time.
what's up with that? Come on now.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun, and so I think everybody comes, and they always come, and a lot of people put their chairs out during the night before.
Sure.
So in the morning, there's 300 chairs out already, and You don't know who did that. It's just, they appear.
So it's a good way if you need some new lawn chairs for your backyard to
That's
show
right.
there. Like
So I
Turn
usually
that
go
in.
down and try to get the best one.
Showcase them.
Absolutely.
Showcase them.
Yeah, I've got a lot of shows in my house.
oh, man.
You know, and the truth, really, when I grew up, you know, that was always the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
When the Italian picnic came up, and then of course when Plazas opens, because that is the beginning of summer. That's all.
it.
And then the
Yeah.
summer, you see Plaza's gate open up, and you go, okay, it's officially here.
So it's fun
We
time.
officially have no snow.
So you're a busy guy during the summer.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
He's a busy guy all the time.
I know he's
you
busy
know?
with his business and
Manassero
stuff.
Insurance, yes.
Yeah, and if I got just a couple seconds,
Go ahead.
now we have the Amador County Fair, and that's the 23rd of July. And as you know, the fair's had problems over the years.
Sure.
And we formed a foundation a few years ago, and it's really helped. The fundraisers have really helped the fair, and so we're trying to survive in this in a society where the funds are getting less and less. And so it's amazing what the community does to support people of Amador County.
Sure, absolutely.
The clubs is unbelievable, and I can't. Every time we have a fundraiser and we get whatever money we get, it's always amazing.
Yeah, I hear
We
you.
look forward to fair time in Italian picnic.
So fair time's fun time.
Fair
Yes.
time is fun time.
Fair time is fun time. Well, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
on, and look
appreciate
forward to
it.
all the events. So Saturday, June 7th,
Parade.
10:30 a.m.
Place's Resort opens June 12th, everybody.
June 12th.
And don't forget the fair.
Fair July 23rd.
July 23rd, and the Derby,
Fair.
of course. You know.
And the Derby.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't here, so
And
you're
the
gonna
Derby.
experience all this.
You
this
missed
year.
it.
I showed up late for a meeting. Now I'm in charge of the Cannonball Run on July 4th. So
There
that's
you
why I
go.
asked. We'll be right back, everybody.